Chosen one, stop everything right now. If this video is playing on your screen at this exact second, it is not coincidence. It is not the algorithm. It is not luck. Heaven itself pulled you here. The throne room of God made a decision about you this morning, and your name was spoken out loud. Let me be blunt with you. I've been doing this for 50 years, and I know when the Spirit is moving with urgency. This message was not supposed to wait until tomorrow. It was not supposed to find you next week. God said, they need to hear this now before sunset, before they go to bed tonight, before another day passes and the window closes. You've been walking with God long enough to recognize when something feels different, and right now, your spirit knows. You feel it in your chest, that tightness, that stirring, that quiet whisper saying, pay attention, here's what you don't know yet. A decision was made in the courtroom of heaven, and you were discussed, not judged, discussed. Angels were dispatched, assignments were shifted, and this message, this one right here, was rushed to your screen like an overnight letter with your name written across the front in gold ink. Think about it. You could have been watching anything else right now. You could have scrolled past. You could have clicked away. But you didn't, because heaven made sure you couldn't. I'm going to tell you something shocking. The last 10 years of your life, the delays, the closed doors, the unanswered prayers, the loneliness, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you why everything is about to speed up so fast, it'll take your breath away. But before we go any further, I need you to do something. If your spirit is even slightly stirred right now, don't you dare scroll. Type these 4 words in the comments. I'm listening, Lord. That's your agreement with heaven. That's you saying, yes, I receive this word. And when you hit that like button, you're not just engaging with a video. You're stepping into spiritual alignment. You're telling God, I'm ready. I'm here. Speak to me now. Let's talk about what heaven just released over your life. You know what nobody talks about? The quiet battles. Not the big dramatic ones that get prayer chains started at church. I'm talking about the ones you fight at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep. The ones you don't mention to your kids because you don't want them to worry. The battles that happen in silence, in your kitchen, in your bank account, in your body. Let me name them, because if I don't, you'll think I don't understand. You're living on a fixed income in a world that refuses to stop raising prices. Social Security was supposed to cover things, but now a gallon of milk costs what a whole bag of groceries used to cost. Your medications keep going up, the co-pays keep climbing, and every time the phone rings and it's one of your grown children, you brace yourself because you know they might need help again. And you want to help. God knows you want to help, but the math doesn't add up anymore. That's one battle. Here's another. You feel invisible. You walk into a room and people look past you. You go to the store and the young cashier talks to you like you're a child. You turn on the television and every commercial is selling something to people half your age. The world moved on, didn't it? And somewhere along the way, you started wondering if you moved on too slowly. If you got left behind. And then there's the deepest battle, the one you barely whisper, even to God. You're wondering if your moment passed, if the best years are gone, if the dreams God gave you when you were young were just dreams. You remember when He spoke to you. You remember the fire you used to feel. You remember believing that your life would count for something big, something eternal. But now you look around and think, did I miss it? Did I waste it? Did God forget about me? Let me tell you something. That question right there, that's not doubt, that's honesty. And God honors honesty more than He honors pretending. You've been walking on a treadmill for years, sweating, breathing heavy, praying, fasting, sowing seed, serving at church, raising your hands in worship, But somehow, you're still in the same place. You've been sowing energy and reaping exhaustion. You've been giving and watching others get blessed while your breakthrough stays just out of reach. I know. I see you. And more importantly, heaven sees you. Let me take you to the Word for a second. Genesis 18. Abraham is 99 years old. 99. His wife Sarah is 90. They're not just old, they're ancient by any standard. And God shows up and says, "Next year, Sarah's going to have a baby." Sarah laughed. Not because she had faith, but because it sounded ridiculous. She was old. Her body had shut down decades ago. The promise seemed impossible. And yet, 1 year later, she's holding Isaac in her arms. Or take Moses, 80 years old, stuttering, hiding in the desert, convinced his life was over. And God says, "Now you're ready. Now I'm sending you to set my people free." 80. Not 20, not 40. 80. See, the world tells you that after a certain age, you're done. But God's economy doesn't work that way. In God's kingdom, your latter days are supposed to be greater than your former days. Job 42:12 says it plainly. The Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the former part. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're not forgotten. But here's what you didn't know. While you've been fighting these quiet battles, feeling stuck, feeling forgotten, something else has been happening. Your struggle has been under review in the courtroom of heaven. Every tear you cried when no one was watching, every bill you paid when you didn't know how you'd make it, every time you chose to worship when you wanted to quit, heaven recorded all of it. And recently, a decision was made. Not next year, not someday, recently. In the last few weeks, something shifted in the realm of the Spirit. Assignments were given, angels were dispatched, and the very thing that's been holding you back, the invisible force that kept you on that treadmill, just got a notice of eviction from your life. I'm going to tell you exactly what that shift was in just a few minutes. But right now, I need you to understand something critical. This message isn't just for you. Someone in your bloodline is connected to what God is about to release through you. A grandchild, a niece, a nephew, someone in your family tree is waiting for you to break through, because when you do, chains break off of them too. So, don't just listen for yourself. Listen for them. Because what's about to happen isn't just personal, it's generational. And the delay you've been living in, it wasn't denial. It was preparation for a release so big, it required decades of building your capacity to carry it. Now let me show you what heaven just unlocked. Chosen one, I need you to understand something that's happening right now in the realm you cannot see with your natural eyes. While you've been sitting here, while you've been wondering if God still remembers your name, there has been a courtroom session taking place in heaven. Not the kind you see on cable news. Not the kind with lawyers in cheap suits arguing over parking tickets. I'm talking about the courtroom described in Daniel chapter 7, where thrones were set in place and the Ancient of Days took his seat, his clothing white as snow, the hair of his head like pure wool, his throne flaming with fire, and you were the case being heard. Let me paint this picture for you because you need to see it in your spirit. The books were opened, not one book, books, plural, records, documentation, evidence. Every single moment of your life spread out before the throne, like files on a marble table. The accuser was there. Oh, he showed up. He always does. And he came prepared. He brought his list. You know the one. Every mistake you made in 1987, every bad decision in your 20s, every time you lost your temper with your kids, every Sunday you stayed home instead of going to church, every doubt you whispered in the dark when you thought God couldn't hear you. And then he said it. The thing he's been whispering to you for the last 10 years. They're too old now. Look at them. Gray hair, weak knees, tired bones, too late for miracles, too slow for breakthroughs, too forgotten to matter anymore. That was his closing argument. Too old, too tired, too late. But here's what he didn't count on. Jesus stood up. Your advocate, your defender, the one who knows every scar on your body because he carries the same ones. And he didn't argue, he didn't debate, he simply lifted his hands. And every angel in that courtroom saw the nail prints. Then another book was opened, the book of remembrance. Malachi 3:16 tells us it's the book where God records everyone who fears the Lord and honors his name. And, chosen one, your name is in that book. The angels started reading from it, out loud. Every prayer you prayed at 2 in the morning when nobody knew you were crying, recorded. Every dollar you gave when you didn't have enough for yourself, documented. Every time you forgave someone who never apologized, written down. Every kind word you spoke to a stranger in the grocery store, witnessed. Every moment you chose faith when fear was screaming louder, sealed in ink that never fades. 50 years of faithfulness, 60 years, 70. However long you've walked this earth, every single act of obedience, every tear, every sacrifice nobody saw, it's all there. Mountains of evidence stacked so high, the accuser couldn't see over them. And then God spoke. When the judge of all creation opens his mouth, galaxies hold their breath. He didn't shout, he didn't need to. He simply said, case closed, like a gavel hitting wood. Final, irreversible, eternal, cycle broken, delay dismissed, time accelerated, verdict, faithful, ruling, favored, sentence, blessed beyond measure. Chosen one, do you understand what I'm telling you? This isn't poetry. This isn't a nice bedtime story to make you feel better. A legal ruling was made in the highest court in existence, and it went in your favor. The enemy's accusations, overruled. His predictions about your future, thrown out. His claims that you're finished, denied, rejected, stamped with the blood of Jesus and filed under lies that have no power. Here, you weren't just defended, you were vindicated. And this message right now, the one you're hearing, is the official notification. Heaven doesn't send certified mail. Heaven doesn't use process servers. Heaven uses moments like this, divine interruptions, holy appointments, supernatural alignments that make sure the right word finds the right person at the exact right time. You are holding the verdict in your hands right now. But here's what you need to know, and this is critical, that ruling in heaven has to be enforced on earth. And it gets enforced when you agree with it. When you stop agreeing with the lies and start aligning with the truth. When you stop saying, I'm too old, and start declaring, heaven ruled in my favor. Because in just a few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly where this verdict is going to show up in your life. 3 specific areas: your finances, your family, your health. Places where you've seen nothing but closed doors and dead ends. I'm going to show you how heaven's ruling is about to manifest in ways so undeniable, so sudden, so supernatural that everyone around you will know something shifted. But before we get there, I need you to step into agreement right now. If you believe heaven can rule in your favor, if you believe that courtroom session was real, if you believe God just signed a verdict with your name on it, I want you to do 2 things. First, whisper these words out loud. Guilty of being faithful, Lord. Say it. Let your own ears hear it. Let the atmosphere around you shift. Second, type this in the comments right now. Heaven ruled in my favor. Don't wait. Don't think about it. Type it. Because when you declare it, you activate it. When you speak it, you release it. And when heaven sees your agreement, angels start moving on your behalf. Now, let me show you exactly where this verdict is about to land in your life. Listen to me carefully, chosen one. I need to tell you something that's going to shake loose every ounce of shame you've been carrying about the last 5, 10, maybe 20 years of your life. You think God forgot about you. You think you got left behind. You look around at the empty chair where your spouse used to sit. You walk through rooms that used to be filled with grandkids and now echo with silence. You drive past the office building where you worked for 30 years and feel like a ghost. You sit in a church pew that's half empty because half your friends are gone, buried, moved away, or just too tired to come anymore. And somewhere deep inside, you whispered a question you were afraid to say out loud. God, did I do something wrong? Did you abandon me? Let me tell you the truth that heaven wants you to hear right now. You weren't abandoned, you were repositioned. There's a massive difference, and if you don't understand it, you'll spend the rest of your days thinking you got dumped, when the truth is, you got drafted. Look at Esther. She was ripped out of everything familiar, taken from her home, placed in a palace she didn't ask for, surrounded by people she didn't know, and for a season, it looked like tragedy. It felt like loss. But heaven was repositioning her so she could stand in the one place on earth where her voice could save an entire nation. If she had stayed comfortable, a genocide would have happened. Her discomfort was divine strategy. Look at Peter. He fished all night and caught nothing. His nets were empty. His hands were raw. His pride was bruised. And then Jesus showed up and said, "Go back out." Peter wanted to argue any fisherman would, but he obeyed, and the catch was so massive it nearly sank 2 boats. That wasn't luck. That was repositioning. God moved Peter from failure to the edge of a miracle, but Peter had to leave the shore first. Now, let me bring this right into your living room. You sold the family house, the one where you raised your kids, the one with the backyard where the grandkids used to play. You moved into something smaller, something quieter, and it broke your heart. You felt like you were shrinking, like your life was getting smaller instead of bigger. But what if God wasn't shrinking your life? What if he was clearing the clutter so he could make room for something you couldn't carry in the old space? What if that move wasn't a downgrade, it was a setup? You retired after 40, maybe 50 years of waking up early, putting on the uniform, clocking in, building something with your hands or your mind. And then one day, it was over. They threw you a party. They gave you a watch. And you went home, and the next morning, you woke up and thought, now what? What am I worth if I'm not working? Let me tell you what heaven sees. Heaven sees a warrior who just finished boot camp and is now being deployed to the real mission. You think retirement means you're done. No. You're being repositioned from earning a paycheck to releasing an inheritance. From building a career to building a legacy. From working for men to working directly under heaven's orders. Your church used to be packed. You remember when the choir had 50 voices, when the Sunday school rooms overflowed, when your Bible study group met every Wednesday night and the laughter carried through the hallways. Now, half those people are gone. The sanctuary feels colder. You sit in the same pew, but the faces around you keep changing, and you wonder, God, why did you take them? Why am I still here? Because you're not finished. Because there's a word inside you that the next generation needs to hear. Because your prayers are holding up walls that would collapse without you. You weren't left behind. You were left standing on purpose. Here's what I need you to understand. When God repositions you, it feels like loss because you're leaving something familiar. But just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's where your future is. God is like a master chess player. He doesn't move you randomly. He moves you strategically. He pulls you off a corner square where you were stuck and sets you right in the center of the board where the real battle is, where the real breakthrough is. Sometimes he closes a door not because the hallway is over, but because it's time to step onto the escalator. You've been walking long enough. Now he's about to carry you upward faster than you could have climbed on your own. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind. This repositioning you've been going through, the moves, the losses, the changes, it's not random pain. It's directly connected to a financial and spiritual shift you've been praying for since you were in your 40s. Since before your hair turned grey, since before your knees started aching. Heaven heard every one of those prayers, and what you're about to step into is the answer. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold that thought, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how this repositioning unlocks the breakthrough you've been waiting decades to see. Right now, I need you to do something. If this is your story, if you felt moved, shaken, repositioned, and you didn't understand why, I want you to type one word in the comments: repositioned. That's your prophetic agreement with heaven. That's you saying, I see it now. I wasn't abandoned. I was moved with purpose. And if this sounds like your parents' story or a friend who's struggling to understand why their life looks so different now, share this video with them. Let them know they weren't forgotten. They were repositioned. And what's coming next is going to prove it. Now let's talk about the shift that's already in motion. Chosen one, I need you to hear something that's going to shake you awake right now. For the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years of your life, you've been living under a lid. A financial lid, a spiritual lid, a lid that kept you at just enough to survive, just enough to get by, just enough to help your kids one more time while you went without, just enough to pay the bills, and nothing left over for the dream you buried in your heart decades ago. And you thought that was just life. You thought that was your portion. You thought God had you on a tight budget because maybe you didn't pray hard enough, didn't give enough, didn't deserve more. But let me tell you what heaven just showed me about your situation. That lid was not from God. That pressure was not his plan. That cycle of barely making it, of robbing Peter to pay Paul, of lying awake at 3 a.m., wondering how you're going to make it through the month that was a deliberate attack on your bloodline. And the enemy wasn't just attacking your bank account. He was attacking your dignity, your peace, your ability to be generous the way your heart wants to be. You've lived paycheck to paycheck while pretending everything was fine. You've helped your kids, helped your grandkids, smiled through Sunday service, and then went home and cried over bills at the kitchen table with nobody else in the room. You've watched your friends retire comfortably while you're still wondering if you'll ever stop worrying about money. And here's what breaks my heart. You started believing the lie that this is all you deserve. But God just said, enough. Heaven has declared war on the spirit of just enough in your life. And I'm not talking about motivation. I'm not talking about positive thinking. I'm talking about a supernatural shift that's been set in motion in the courtroom of heaven with your name attached to it. Listen to what the word says in Deuteronomy 8:18. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, not the economy, not your job, not your age, not your retirement account. God gives the ability to produce wealth. And if that ability has been strangled, suffocated, and suppressed in your life, it's because the enemy knew something about you that you forgot about yourself. He knew that the unburdened version of you is dangerous. The debt-free version of you is unstoppable. The generous version of you changes communities. The version of you that doesn't have to check your bank balance before saying yes to God, that version terrifies the kingdom of darkness. Because when you're free financially, you're free spiritually. When you're not drowning in lack, you become a river of blessing to everyone around you. And the enemy has been working overtime to make sure that never happens. But here's what he didn't count on. God has been watching every tear you cried over that checkbook. He's been recording every time you chose faith over fear, every time you tithed when it didn't make sense, every time you gave to someone else when you barely had anything yourself. And heaven just said, "The season of testing is over. Now comes the season of testimony." Right now, not next year, not someday, right now, God is cutting the power to the generational poverty line that tried to plug into your bloodline. He's severing the agreement that said you and your family would always struggle. He's breaking the curse that whispered, "You'll never have enough." It's like this. Imagine you've been living in a house where the water's been shut off for years. You've been making it work, carrying buckets, rationing every drop, and then one day, someone turns the main valve back on. At first, it's just a drip, then a trickle, then a flow, then a flood. That's what's happening in your finances right now. Heaven is turning the valve. The provision that's been blocked, delayed, and withheld is about to start flowing. And it's not going to be what you're used to. It's not going to be just enough. It's going to be more than enough. But here's what I need you to understand. This shift requires your agreement. You can't keep speaking the old language. You can't keep calling yourself broke. You can't keep agreeing with lack. You can't keep telling your friends, "I'm barely making it," when heaven is declaring abundance over you. Chosen one, this is the last year you will call yourself broke in spirit. God is rewriting that label right now. He's removing the tag that said, "barely getting by," and replacing it with "abundantly supplied." And I want you to do something right now that's going to sound simple, but it carries supernatural weight. I want you to say out loud, wherever you are, I don't care who's listening, say these words. This cycle ends with me. Say it again. This cycle ends with me. Now type it in the comments. The cycle breaks here. Let heaven see your agreement. Let the angels witness your declaration, because when you speak it, you activate it. And if God is stirring your heart right now to sow into this word through super thanks, or any way he leads you, don't ignore that. That's not me asking. That's heaven giving you an opportunity to step into covenant. When you give out of the little you have, you're telling God, "I trust you with my provision." And he honors that kind of faith with overflow. But here's the question you need to answer before we move forward. If God is really shifting your finances right now, what's the one thing you've been afraid to believe could actually happen? Because whatever just came to your mind, that's exactly what heaven is about to release. Listen to me carefully, chosen one. God never designed you to depend on one stream. Never. That was never the plan. You were created with too much inside you, too much wisdom, too much experience, too much anointing to be confined to a single avenue of provision or purpose. I know what you're thinking right now. You're sitting there wondering if your best years are behind you. You retired. You closed that chapter. The paycheck stopped. The routine ended. And somewhere deep inside, a voice whispered, "You're done now. Just coast to the finish line." But that voice is a liar. Heaven is saying something completely different. Heaven is saying, "I'm about to open streams you never even knew existed. I'm about to activate gifts you thought expired. I'm about to position you in places that require exactly what you carry: gray hair, scars, decades of tested faith, and wisdom that can't be bought in a classroom. You think you're too old. Let me tell you about a woman in 2 Kings chapter 4. Her husband died. The bill collectors were coming to take her sons as slaves. She had nothing left but a jar of oil. 1 jar. That's it. But the prophet Elijah told her to gather empty vessels, not just a few, but as many as she could find. And when she started pouring, that single jar filled vessel after vessel after vessel, until every container in her house overflowed. One source became many. One stream multiplied into abundance she couldn't even contain. That's your story now. God is not asking you to create new oil. He's asking you to pour what you already have. Your wisdom, your experience, your testimony, your relationships, your skills. And as you pour, heaven will multiply it into streams of provision, purpose, and influence you never imagined. You've spent decades raising children. That didn't retire. That became mentorship. You've survived financial struggles. That didn't retire. That became the blueprint someone else needs to escape debt. You've walked through grief, betrayal, sickness, and loss. That didn't retire. That became oil for the broken who are drowning in despair right now. But here's what the enemy doesn't want you to understand. Financial increase for you is not just about comfort. It's spiritual warfare. It's about freedom to obey God without hesitation. It's about blessing your grandchildren without shame. It's about serving at your church without fear. It's about stopping the cycle of quiet terror that wakes you up at 3 a.m., wondering if the money will last. God is multiplying your streams because your assignment requires resources. You can't fulfill destiny while chained to financial anxiety. You can't mentor the next generation while silently panicking about bills. You can't pour into others while running on empty yourself. Look at Joseph. Sold into slavery at 17, falsely accused and thrown into prison, forgotten for years. And then at 30 years old, not 17, not 25, but 30, he stepped out of that prison and into Pharaoh's palace. One conversation, one dream interpretation, and suddenly the man rotting in chains became second in command of the most powerful nation on earth. God didn't just restore Joseph's life, he repositioned him. He multiplied his influence. He turned decades of suffering into the foundation of a legacy that saved nations from famine. You think your prison season disqualified you? It didn't. It prepared you. Every closed door taught you discernment. Every betrayal taught you resilience. Every loss taught you what truly matters. And now God is about to open palace doors you never applied for. Here's what I need you to hear. You are not a dead-end street. You are a river with many branches. Your life is like a garden, and just because one tree retired doesn't mean the whole garden shut down. There are seeds in you that haven't even broken soil yet. There are streams in you that haven't been tapped. There are assignments connected to you that require you alive, awake, and available. Stop letting age define your capacity. Stop letting retirement define your value. Stop letting the enemy convince you that your usefulness ended when the paycheck stopped. Your anointing doesn't have a retirement plan. Your calling doesn't come with an expiration date. Your purpose doesn't care how many candles are on your birthday cake. God is opening multiple streams right now. Business ideas you dismissed, mentoring opportunities, small side income from skills you thought were obsolete, grandchildren who need you to fund their dreams, ministries that need your wisdom, neighbors who need your testimony, churches that need your intercession. You were never meant to live on one source. You were designed to flow like a river into many directions, bringing life wherever you go. And I'm about to show you something that will shake you. In the next section, I'm going to reveal how your name is already being mentioned in rooms your feet have never entered. Doors are opening that you didn't knock on. Conversations are happening about you in places you've never been. Heaven is positioning you right now, and you're about to walk into favor you didn't earn and couldn't manufacture. But before we go there, I need you to do something. Write this in the comments. What's one gift or skill you thought was over that you're willing to give back to God? Don't scroll past this. Your obedience in this moment is part of your activation. Type it, release it, and watch what heaven does with your yes. Now let's talk about the rooms your name is entering. Listen to me carefully, chosen one. While you've been sitting in silence, feeling forgotten, overlooked, invisible. Heaven has been doing something you cannot see. Your name is being circulated right now, not in human gossip, not in empty conversation. Your name is being spoken in the throne room of God. And when God speaks your name, everything shifts. For decades, you've walked faithfully. You raised children when money was tight. You stayed married when divorce was easier. You showed up to church when your heart was shattered. You prayed for people who never thanked you. You gave when you had little left to give. You endured losses that should have destroyed you. And through it all, you wondered if anyone noticed. Let me tell you what heaven recorded. Every tear you cried at 3 a.m. recorded. Every sacrifice you made in secret recorded. Every time you chose obedience over comfort recorded. Every prayer you whispered when your voice was too weak to shout recorded. Nothing was wasted, nothing was missed. And now, in this season, God is highlighting your file. Think of it like this. Imagine a massive filing cabinet in heaven's courtroom. Millions of files, millions of names. And suddenly, an angel reaches in, pulls out your file, and places it on the top of the stack. Not because you earned it, because your appointed time has come. Proverbs 22:29 says, "Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings." You've been skillful in faithfulness. You've been excellent in endurance. And now, kings are about to notice you. But here's what you need to understand. These kings are not always literal monarchs. They are decision makers, managers, pastors, business owners, family members with resources, people positioned by God to open doors you cannot open yourself. And right now, the Spirit of God is whispering your name into their minds. They don't know why they suddenly thought of you. They can't explain why you came to mind this morning. But it's not random. It's divine prompting. God is aligning the right people with the right needs at the right time. And you carry exactly what they're looking for. Your wisdom, your prayers, your experience, your story. What you thought was ordinary, God calls anointing. What you dismissed as just getting by, heaven calls resilience. You have survived wars, recessions, betrayals, sickness. You buried parents. You raised children alone. You walked through valleys that would have broken weaker souls. And now, someone needs to hear how you made it through. Your name is about to be mentioned in conversations you're not part of. Your story is about to touch a heart you've never met. A door is about to open that you didn't even knock on. Because when God highlights you, human gatekeepers step aside. Let me paint you a picture. It's like a spotlight turning on in a dark theater. For years, you've been sitting in the shadows, faithful, quiet, unnoticed. But heaven just flipped the switch. That beam of light is aimed directly at your life. And everyone in the room is about to see what God has always seen. You think you're invisible. God says you're about to be unavoidable. You think you're forgotten. God says your name is in His mouth right now. You think your best years are behind you. God says, I saved the best wine for last. Isaiah 49:15:1-6 declares, Can a mother forget her nursing child? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your name is not written on paper that fades. It's carved into the hands of the Almighty, permanent, unshakable, eternal. Here's the shocking truth. While you were saying, nobody sees me, heaven was saying, we always saw you. Now the earth will too. This is not hype. This is prophecy. Your file has been moved. Your name has been circulated. Angels have been dispatched. Doors are unlocking. Conversations are shifting. People are being positioned. And you, yes, you are about to walk into rooms you never thought you'd enter. But I need you to agree with this word. I need you to step into alignment. Right now, I want you to say it out loud. Say, my name is in God's mouth. Say it again. My name is in God's mouth. Now type it in the comments so heaven sees your agreement. Type, "My name is in God's mouth," because when you declare it, you activate it. When you speak it, you release it. Your words are not empty. They carry authority. They shift atmospheres. They open doors. And here's what I want you to do next. Send this video to someone, maybe your adult children, maybe a friend who feels forgotten, maybe someone who's been saying, "Nothing ever works out for me." Your mention might be the confirmation they're praying for. Your obedience to share this could be the catalyst for their breakthrough. Because this word isn't just for you, it's for everyone connected to you. Your elevation will lift them. Your breakthrough will inspire them. Your story will give them permission to believe again. So don't keep this to yourself. Heaven didn't rush this message to your screen so you could hoard it. This is a relay. You received it. Now pass it. But before we move forward, I need you to understand something critical. What I'm about to show you next will explain why the enemy fought so hard to keep you quiet, keep you broke, keep you isolated. Because once you understand the strategy behind your suffering, you'll see why your victory is about to be so loud. Listen to me closely, chosen one. I need you to understand something that most preachers won't tell you because it doesn't sound as exciting as breakthrough and blessing. But this is the truth that will set you free. God is not primarily changing your circumstances right now. He is changing you. Before He opens the door, He's adjusting who walks through it. Before He brings the provision, He's preparing the vessel that will carry it. Before He gives you the platform, He's healing the wounds that would sabotage it. This is not delay. This is divine strategy. You've been praying for a breakthrough. You've been asking God to move the mountain, to open the Red Sea, to send the miracle. And heaven has heard every single word. But God looked at your situation and said, "If I give them what they're asking for right now, they'll lose it within 6 months. Let me change them first." That's why the last season felt so long. That's why the waiting stretched beyond what you thought you could bear. God wasn't ignoring you. He was rebuilding the foundation of your identity so that when the blessing comes, you won't crumble under the weight of it. Here's what I know about you. You've spent decades serving others. You raised children. You worked jobs that wore down your body. You stayed in marriages that broke your heart. You gave and gave and gave until there was nothing left. And now you're sitting here at this stage of life wondering, did any of it matter? Am I too old now? Is it too late for me? Let me tell you something with 50 years of authority behind these words. You are not too late. You are right on time. But before God shows the world what He's doing with you, He has to deal with what's inside you. And I'm going to be honest with you right now because I love you too much to let you stay comfortable. There are things in your heart that are blocking the very blessings you're begging for. Bitterness, regret, shame, comparison. You're carrying resentment about people who hurt you 20 years ago. You're replaying decisions you made in 1987 and beating yourself up for what you should have done differently. You're looking at younger people on social media and whispering to yourself, "I'm too old for this. My time has passed." And every single one of those thoughts is a lie straight from hell. Psalm 92:14 says this, "They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green." Did you hear that? Still. Not they used to, not back in the day. Still. Right now, at 70, at 80, at 90. God is not finished with you. But He cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. He cannot plant fresh vision in soil poisoned by bitterness. He cannot build a new chapter on a foundation cracked by unforgiveness. So before He changes your bank account, He's changing your identity. Before He brings the new relationship, He's healing your ability to trust. Before He opens the door of influence, He's closing the door on shame that's been whispering, "You're not qualified. Think about it like this. If you were going to renovate a house and put it on the market, you wouldn't just paint the front door and hope for the best. You'd go inside first. You'd fix the plumbing. You'd repair the foundation. You'd repaint the walls. You'd replace what's broken. And only then would you hang the "for sale" sign outside. That's what God is doing right now. He's renovating the inside of your heart before He advertises your breakthrough to the world. And I'll be blunt with you. Some of you are resisting this process. You want the miracle without the transformation. You want the testimony without the test. You want the crown without the crucifixion of your old identity. But God loves you too much to give you something you're not ready to steward. So let me ask you a hard question. What is God trying to change in you that you keep refusing to let go of? What bitterness are you holding on to like it's a treasure? What regret are you rehearsing like it's a song on repeat? What label did someone put on you 30 years ago that you're still wearing like a name tag? God is whispering, take it off. That's not who you are anymore. You are not a failure. You are not forgotten. You are not too old. You are not washed up. You are not invisible. Those are lies. And the reason your breakthrough hasn't come yet is because God is waiting for you to stop believing them. He's changing the playlist in your mind, from "I'm too late" to "I'm right on time," from "I missed my chance" to "My appointed hour is here," from "I'm used up" to "I still have fruit to bear." This inner shift is not optional, it is required. Because what's about to be released over your life is so big, so sudden, so overwhelming, that if your identity isn't anchored in who God says you are, the blessing will destroy you instead of establish you. Before income rises, identity must rise. Before visibility comes, insecurity must be healed. Before promotion arrives, the poison of comparison must be drained. And here's the beautiful part. Once God finishes this inside work, the outside shift happens so fast it'll take your breath away. What took 10 years to build internally will manifest in 10 days externally. But right now, in this moment, I need you to cooperate with what God is doing. Stop fighting the process. Stop resisting the renovation. Whisper these words out loud. Lord, change me from the inside out. Say it again. Lord, change me from the inside out. Because in just a few minutes, we're going to pray a prayer that closes every old chapter and activates the verdict heaven just released over your life. But before we get there, you have to let go of who you used to be so you can step into who you're becoming. The question is, are you ready to let Him finish the work? Chosen one, listen to me very carefully. What I'm about to tell you is not theory. It's not inspiration. It's not a sermon to make you feel good for 5 minutes and then forget. This is a prophetic announcement. While you have been sitting here, listening to these words, heaven has been moving on your behalf. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, this very second, angels have been dispatched with assignments that have your name written on them. Doors you didn't even know existed are being unlocked. Conversations about you are happening in rooms you've never entered. You think you're just watching a video. But heaven sees this moment differently. Heaven sees this as your alignment point. The exact second when everything shifts from what was to what's about to be. Let me tell you what's happening right now in the unseen realm. God is touching paperwork that has your name on it. Medical reports are being rewritten. Bank accounts are being repositioned. Relationships that have been strained for years are softening. Children who wandered away are being drawn back. Regrets that have haunted you since 1987, since 1992, since 2003, they're losing their grip. The shame you've carried in secret for decades is being stripped of its power. You feel that in your chest right now, don't you? That's not emotion, that's confirmation. That's your spirit recognizing truth. Remember what I told you at the beginning? A decision was made in the courtroom of heaven. Well, here's what you need to understand. The verdict came back in your favor, not because you were perfect, not because you earned it, but because God looked at your life, every closed door, every delay, every betrayal, every loss, and He said, "Enough, it's time." That repositioning you went through, the job you lost, the friend who walked away, the ministry that fell apart, the move you didn't want to make. You thought it was rejection. You thought God had forgotten you, but it was preparation. God was moving you out of a season that could no longer contain what He's about to release. And those financial battles, the bills that kept piling up, the retirement account that didn't stretch as far as you hoped, the medical expenses that drained everything you saved. Heaven is declaring war on lack right now. God is not asking the economy for permission. He's not waiting for inflation to calm down. He's stepping into your finances with supernatural intervention. And what couldn't be fixed by budgeting is about to be solved by blessing. Your name is being circulated right now. I'm telling you the truth. People you've never met are about to think of you. Opportunities you never applied for are about to knock on your door. Favor you didn't chase is about to chase you down. But here's what matters most. The inner shift has already happened. You felt it while you were listening. Something broke loose inside you. Hope came back. Expectation returned. That's not wishful thinking. That's heaven preparing you to carry what's coming, because you can't receive new blessing with an old mindset. You can't step into acceleration still believing you're stuck. God needed to shift you internally before He could shift things externally. And He just did. Let me preach this to you for 1 minute, and I need you to receive it with everything in you. This message had to reach you quickly because heaven didn't want you to live one more day believing the lie that your story is over. The enemy has been whispering that lie to you for years. You're too old. You missed your chance. It's too late for miracles. The best years are behind you, and somewhere along the way, you started to believe it. But God said, "Not on my watch." It's like God grabbed the steering wheel of your life and yanked it away from a cliff you didn't even see coming. You were headed toward bitterness, toward resignation, toward just waiting to die. But God said, "No. I still have plans. I still have purpose. I still have promise." Heaven is switching the channel on your life right now. No more reruns of pain. No more replaying the same old defeats. God is programming a brand new episode, and it's called grace. It's called restoration. It's called suddenly. So, I'm going to make a prophetic declaration over your life right now, and I need you to receive it. From this day forward, your life will no longer be defined by what left you, but by who stayed with you, God Himself. The one who never walked away, the one who never gave up, the one who said, "I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. He's still here. And because He's still here, you're not finished. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something. If you're physically able, I want you to stand up right now. If you can't stand, stretch out your hand toward this screen. I'm serious. Do it right now. And I want you to say these words out loud. Lord, I receive this now. Say it. Mean it. Let heaven hear you. Now type it in the comments. All caps. I receive it now. That's your seal. That's your agreement with heaven. That's you stepping into everything God just released. Don't wait. Do it now. Because heaven is moving while you're listening, and your response seals the blessing. Chosen one. We've walked through a lot together in the last hour, and I need you to understand something before we close. This cannot just be another video you watched. This cannot be another sermon you heard and then forgot by tomorrow morning. Heaven didn't interrupt your day for entertainment. Heaven interrupted your day for transformation. So before you click away, before you go back to scrolling, before you return to the noise of this world, I'm going to lead you in a prayer, and I need you to pray it out loud. I don't care if you're sitting alone in your living room in Brooklyn, or if you're lying in bed in a nursing home in Buffalo. I need to hear your voice agree with heaven's verdict over your life. Because here's the truth. Every lie you've believed about yourself for the last 10, 20, 30 years has been whispering in your ear so long, it sounds like your own voice now. You've heard it so many times that you think it's true. You're too old. You're too late. God's moved on. Your best days are behind you. You're just taking up space now. Those are not God's words. Those are hell's words. And today, right now, we're going to break agreement with every single one of them. So bow your head with me, and if you can, put your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. That beating in your chest is proof you're not finished. Every beat is God saying, not yet, not yet, not yet. Now pray with me. Heavenly Father, I come to you today not with fancy words, but with a tired heart that's ready to believe again. Lord, I confess I've agreed with lies. I've believed I was forgotten. I've believed my time was over. I've believed the delays meant denial. Forgive me for doubting your timing. Forgive me for measuring my worth by what I've lost instead of what you've promised. Today, I accept your verdict over my life. I am chosen. I am repositioned. I am not behind. I am right on time. The last 10 years were not wasted. They were preparation. And whatever years I have left, whether it's 5 or 25, I dedicate them to you. My health, my finances, my influence, my grandchildren, my story, all of it belongs to you now. Lord, I ask you to touch my body, my bones that ache in the morning, my heart that's carried too much grief, my mind that races at 2 my sleep that's been stolen by worry. Restore what the enemy took. Heal what time has worn down. Give me strength for what's coming. I pray over my family. My children who don't call as much as they used to. My grandchildren who are growing up in a world I don't recognize. Even the ones I'm estranged from, the ones whose names hurt to say out loud, cover them. Lord, let this breakthrough in my life become breakthrough in theirs. I pray over my finances, the fixed income, the bills that never stop, the fear of running out. God, you've provided for 70, 80, 90 years. I trust you won't stop now. Open doors I didn't even know existed. Bring provision from places I can't see yet. And Lord, I ask for peace. Deep, unshakable peace. The kind of peace that doesn't need explanations. The kind of peace that silences fear. Let me sleep tonight knowing you smiled over me today. Father, don't let this just be a video I watched. Let this be the day my story turned. Let this be the moment I mark in my Bible. Let this be the Wednesday afternoon I'll tell my grandkids about. In Jesus' name, I receive this word. I seal it. I stand on it. Amen. Chosen one, you just signed your name at the bottom of a document that already has God's signature on it. This is official now. This is covenant. Heaven witnessed what you just prayed, and angels are already moving on your behalf. But I need you to do one more thing before you go. Don't slip away silently. Type these words in the comments. This message reached me in time. That's your final amen. That's you telling heaven, I'm not the same person I was an hour ago. And listen, you don't have to walk this next season alone. Subscribe to this channel so you stay connected. We're building a community of chosen ones all across America, from the Bronx to the Midwest, from Florida retirement homes to quiet farmhouses in upstate New York. People just like you, who the world tried to forget, but heaven refuses to let go. Share this video with one person, one child, one grandchild, One friend sitting in a hospital room, wondering if God still hears them. Send it to someone who needs to know they're not too late. And if God is nudging your heart right now to support this ministry through super thanks or any other way, I want you to know something. You're not just giving money, you're partnering with heaven to push this message into more living rooms, more nursing homes, more lonely apartments where someone is sitting right now thinking they've been forgotten. Your seed becomes their hope. This is not the end, chosen one. This is the beginning. The page has turned, the season has shifted, and heaven is still speaking your name. Go in peace, walk in power, and remember, you didn't find this message. This message found you.